Well, good morning, Bridget. You've done a wonderful job developing your design to this extent. Let's see if we can deal with what I think is your major problem. I'm looking here at the design for the front garden, and if I right-click and pick Zoom Extents, that's the view I get. If I move to Layout Space and right-click, I can see that you've chosen an A1 sheet. So this space represents the A1 sheet of paper, and you're worried about that view in there. To adjust that, or maybe I explain first why you're getting that. If we come back here and roll the mouse away from you, zoom out a bit, and just drag, click and drag, can you see that you've picked up, actually I think it will appear in here in your design, but we've picked up a piece of text which doesn't have anything in it. So it's inadvertently been put in the drawing. So we've highlighted it. I'll hit the delete key, and now we can zoom extents again, and then maybe regen the drawing. Try that again, zoom extents. Now it pops out to fill the space. So that's the first step. If we go into layout space, what you see in this A1 sheet view is controlled by a floating viewport window. To adjust that, and that's what you want to do, double click here and you get this magenta box. Grab hold of it and make that box smaller, and then move it into position, and then right click and say display it on the layout. Then you'll get a double line, dotted line rather. To remove that, you can double click just inside there, and now we have, I think, what you're after. That is the design filling the A1 sheet. Your next major question, I think, is text on the page. You're using a dimension to put this text on the page, and if I click here, that's also a dimension. Tells me over here in the properties box that it's indeed a dimension. There are some things you can adjust very easily. If I zoom in here, that's 43160, and you would normally move that across into the middle. So now your dimension is sitting there. Let me for the moment just change my view so I see white there, and there's our 43160. If you wanted to, let me backtrack a bit. That is a linear dimension in a style called standard. And if we wanted to increase the size of that text and the size of this text, this is a dimension, it's called a leader. It's all part of the one style. This gets a little bit complicated when you're just starting out. So I could go to dimension style. There's the standard one. All of these other styles get picked up from the starting template, but you're interested in the text size here. So here's your text height. Let's imagine you want to double that. That would be 350. So I would expect when we go back to the drawing, the text size has been increased, and you just have to move things around now to get it to what you're after. Front fence, and there's the detail. Jump back, and you'd probably want to make your arrowhead sizes bigger. Dimension style. standard geometry. Here's the arrow size, make it 200. And now we're starting to see the arrowheads. So the text is bigger, the arrowhead is bigger, and so on. The next thing I would do is clean the drawing up by these sort of ghost line outlines are on a layer called plant construction. Now the drawing looks a lot cleaner. I'll revert back to black. Zoom extents, that's working well in the layout space, and that works. It looks much cleaner now. So I hope that helps.